the Simple Money Habits Guru. In this video, I will discuss a very important topic, inclusion in the workplace, but more specifically, financial inclusion. I truly believe, with my entire being, this is the single most important thing that we need in America today, period. Workplace financial inclusion. It will change this country. But it all starts with you, the business owners, CEOs, and HR professionals, to make this an absolute priority. Please, if you are an employee or employer, take time to watch this entire video. It will be long, but in the end, for the employee needing help, forward this video to your leadership and ask them to offer this service. And for the employer, please set up your free consultation with me to offer financial inclusion to your team members. I promise you won't regret it. Let's dig in. According to Wikipedia, financial inclusion is defined as the availability and equality of opportunities to access financial services. It refers to a process by which individuals and businesses can access appropriate, affordable, and timely financial products and services. These include banking, loan, equity, and insurance products. Financial inclusion efforts typically target those who are unbanked and underbanked and directs sustainable financial services to them. Side note, remember that word target. It continues, financial inclusion is understood to go beyond merely opening a bank account. It is possible for banked individuals to be excluded from financial services. Having more inclusive financial systems has been linked to stronger and more sustainable economic growth and development, and thus achieving financial inclusion has become a priority for many countries across the globe. Okay, so that was the Wikipedia version with my side note about the word target. Their definition, in my opinion, is way off. Let me explain. Trying to get the unbanked and underbanked folks to suddenly get banked, along with adding other financial services, is a pipe dream. They're not going to magically become a part of the financial system. Also, if they're being targeted for those products and services, they don't have an understanding of those products and services. To be clear, however, they are being bombarded with disgusting, predatory products that are designed to keep those without the understanding of how money works drowning in debt. These are not the products and services referenced in the Wikipedia definition. These are products targeted at the people who struggle most with money. Do you believe adding banking along with access to other financial services is the answer? Ludicrous. Let me explain using a new term, generational enlightenment. Here are 3 examples. I'm a first-generation soldier, as my parents didn't serve in the military, and none of my grandparents served. I heard stories of great uncles fighting in Korea, but that's about as close as it came. So when I enlisted in the Army, I went in blind. I didn't know what to expect. The only advice I was given was, don't volunteer for anything. Flash forward to my son signing up, then going to basic and advanced training, where I was very well versed as what to expect. I had him quite prepared for what was to come. In fact, his whole life was basically growing up with a drill sergeant type father, so basic training was actually very easy for him. He was very well prepared, even though he had not yet experienced Army life. Where I learned about the military through trial and error, he had the gift of generational enlightenment. Next example. My wife and I were first-generation college students. Our parents were both blue-collar workers who came from blue-collar families. They had no idea what 4 years of college was like. They couldn't prepare us for the emotions, the newfound freedoms, or the consequences of what living too freely actually meant. Our children had the benefit of 2 parents who experienced college, who understood the trials, frustrations, freedoms, and joys of college life. Again, where my wife and I learned through trial and error, our kids benefited from generational enlightenment. What my wife and I did not have was generational financial enlightenment. Just like the two examples of the military and college, our parents were not trained in simple money habits, so they could not pass on generational enlightenment. This gap causes years of doing things wrong financially. Very wrong. Living paycheck to paycheck, not saving early and often for retirement, not having an emergency fund, relying too heavily on credit cards, store cards, bank loans, consolidation loans, and so many other errors around money. That's what brought us to where we are today. We learned. Then we applied what we learned. And we fought a very long fight, but absolutely worth it. From having a negative net worth and over $350,000 in debt, not including our house, to paying off $350,000 in around 3 years, all while creating a positive net worth with a 6-month emergency fund, has created a peace of mind for us that I believe is possible for anyone, regardless of income level. I'll say it again, regardless of your income level. I'm truly hoping to pass these lessons on to our children who are well into their lives. One was exceedingly successful in college, the other exceedingly successful in the military, as well as being a first responder. Two things where we as parents could pass on generational financial enlightenment. They are, however, not exceedingly successful at their personal finances. This is because their mother and I were not able to pass on generational financial enlightenment until recently. We were able to prepare them for college and the military, but not a healthy financial life. I don't blame my parents for not teaching us what they didn't know. And where I do feel horrible as a parent that I was not able to give my children the gift of financial enlightenment, I am on a mission to pass on to them what I now know in hopes that it's not too late, but also to pass this on to everyone. This is my passion, my absolute life mission. A third example. I've met a very talented and smart young man, about the age of my adult children, who graduated with an engineering degree. What is so telling about him as it relates to how bad this country does at teaching simple money habits is that he realized, as smart as he is, while graduating with a degree in engineering, that he was never taught about money. Ever. But because he recognized this, he has not only changed his financial path, he is now teaching others to do the same. He is creating generational financial enlightenment. What's cool is he and his wife just had their first child, and I guarantee that the financial life of their child will be full of generational enlightenment. That was some examples that should convince everyone that basic financial training should be at the core of what we train our kids. But because we all know this doesn't happen, it now starts with you. What are you going to do to change the world of financial inclusion, to create generational financial enlightenment? You have just been enlightened. You now understand why simply trying to get banking and other financial products to the underserved is just a pipe dream. We first must begin with teaching simple money habits. That will bring about generational financial enlightenment. Let's step back a moment and redefine financial inclusion. Maybe this should be the true definition. Teach every American simple money habits that creates long-term wealth while not falling for those disgusting predators that prey on those who have not been trained in simple money habits, thereby creating generational financial enlightenment. This brings me back to the word target, as used in the Wikipedia definition. They said we need to target banking and other financial products to the unbanked, underbanked, and underserved. Far too often, these folks are not only those living in poorer levels of society, but also those in the middle class, like my wife and I, who were never taught about money. Let's face it, we all fall to financial predators. See if this resonates with you. A client of mine is a single mom that works extremely hard and makes decent money. She is certainly one who was never trained by her parents or our school system with financial enlightenment. She certainly qualifies to fit the Wikipedia definition of who needs financial inclusion. To add to that, because of her life experiences, she also distrusts banks and bankers. This has led her down a path of financial ruin at best. I am so honored to be working with her because she is truly gaining and applying financial enlightenment. Here's what happened to her. She needed a car. She learned to not trust banks and also felt that her credit score would not have allowed her to qualify for a traditional loan anyway. On top of that, with traditional car loans, they make you carry full coverage insurance. Full coverage is expensive as compared to state-required minimum coverage. She was also taught that insurance is a scam. So in steps the predator, the buy here, pay here car lot. They can solve all of her problems. Their hook sounds like this. We don't check credit scores. We just need you to show proof of income. On top of that, when you buy from us, we take care of 100% of your maintenance. Just bring it in for any problems that you have, including oil changes. Additionally, when you finance with us, you only need to buy the state minimum level of insurance. And we do all of this with a payment that you can afford. Wow. What a deal. Or is it? When we went over her loan, she owed 4 times the value of the car. 4 times! So of course they can do all of the maintenance, including scheduled oil changes. She is paying for 4 cars. On top of that, the interest rate is close to 30%. Further, this loan is a front-loaded loan, which means that the interest is all added at the beginning of the loan. So even if she would pay it off early, she would still owe the entire amount, 4 times the car's value. Additionally, as to the insurance, what they don't tell her is that state minimum insurance is liability-only insurance for the other car and the other people. She is not covered, and her car is not covered. And looking at the situation, if this young, single, very hardworking mom had properly financed that vehicle with traditional banking, she would have had a much lower payment where she could absolutely afford full coverage insurance and probably have more money each month over what she was paying that buy here, pay here car lot. Additionally, if she were to pay off that traditional installment loan early, she would have saved even more money on interest on the back end of the loan. I hope we can all agree that this type of lending is truly predatory and absolutely directed towards the type of person who has not been enlightened about money. Quite frankly, I think it's disgusting. They will say they're doing her a favor. They will say they're filling a need in society. I say, let's teach everyone simple money habits and put them out of business. Let's talk about other predatory practices that may not be as obvious. In college, credit card companies are on campuses giving away credit like it's candy. They absolutely are targeting 18-year-old kids who have zero money experience. Also, disgustingly so, the U.S. government targets these same kids with student loans. So 18-year-old kids, not enlightened about money, are racking up mountains of student loan debt, while credit card companies are giving away credit to these same kids like it's candy. So I ask you, are they better than the buy here, pay here folks? Or are they all just predators? If the children of today are taught simple money habits that create financial enlightenment, would we even need these types of services? Let's not blame the government for their predatory, monopolized lending to children. Let's not blame the buy here, pay here car lots. Let's not blame the credit card companies or all the other financial products out there. Let's not blame our parents, grandparents, or what side of the tracks we grew up on. Let's fix the problem. together today. Let this sink in. In less than one 4-year presidential term, no matter who is in office, we can end financial stress in America and be well into generational financial enlightenment. Please, for our youth, for our families, for our friends, for our community, and for this country, offer financial inclusion to your employees today. For businesses, financial inclusion does not start with offering a 401k or offering an on-call financial service company or offering financial training video series that your employees can watch on their own time. No, true financial inclusion begins with giving them a mentor. It begins by giving every employee the gift of one-to-one financial coaching. You will absolutely change their lives. At that point, their 401k participation will increase, which, by the way, can decrease your company's taxable income. Their missed days of work will decrease. Your inventory leakage will decrease. Stress levels will go down while their productivity goes up. Don't assume that by offering financial products like a 401k, a health savings plan, on-demand financial training videos, or other products that don't include a one-to-one mentor, that you are going to create a true financial inclusion environment. It will take so much more. It will take commitment, your commitment. Of the 4 core health components, mind, body, spirit, financial, give the gift of the financial component to your team. You can help to change their money habits and be a huge part of changing their lives. Bring true financial inclusion to your team. Please schedule your free consultation today to help create generational financial enlightenment. Thanks for watching. Click the link in the description below for your free consultation. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share my videos with those who you care about. We'll see you again soon. Be 4 core healthy. You can do it.